Me and a guy was having a conversation yesterday in the sauna and steam room, and he was on about how big he's got. And he was led out like this with his belly, and it was quite big. And he was like, "Yeah, I need to start training my core. I need to start getting these abs coming through." And then I started telling him how if you train your core, it really does not mean that your abs are going to come through at all. And you see a lot of people with do this. They're training a lot of core exercises, sit-ups, leg raises, all these different exercises to get their abs showing. And they never truly get the results that they want. And I told him the main reason is because of the body fat covering it. And this is what a lot of people neglect truly with getting abs and getting lean and getting ripped, is the main component is you losing the body fat with everything. And this is why a lot of people will tell you lose the body fat and don't train abs. That's what a lot of people have said nowadays, and I don't believe in that. I believe you should train abs as well, just because it makes it look better. If you don't get lean and if you don't lose that body fat, you're never going to see that ab definition. And this is what a lot of people truly neglect. They do loads of sit-ups and all this stuff, and they get very discouraged from this. Very discouraged to the point they want to give up. They literally want to give up, and they say, "Oh, this don't work, this diet don't work. Oh, I wanted a six-pack. It promised me a six-pack in 6 weeks." But they weren't dieting. They were just doing sit-ups, doing funky core exercises. And they question why they haven't got abs. You need to build the muscle up, of course. But the main thing is the body fat percentage. Too many guys neglect this. They neglect that a calorie deficit is the main thing to get your abs to show. A calorie deficit is the main thing for you to look better. Too many people overcomplicate it. They overcomplicate everything. Oh, I need to hit this amount of carbs and this amount of fat and this amount of fucking saturated fat, and they never truly reach their results and reach where they want to be. A lot of them do not, because they're focused on the wrong things. You just got to focus on that calorie deficit and your protein. This is what I tell anyone getting in shape. Focus on that calorie deficit and that protein. Protein to preserve muscle, calorie deficit so you lose fat. You need to be in a calorie deficit to start getting your abs to show. Especially now we're in February, and within about 3 months, weather gets quite a bit better and all this. A lot of people are going to start wanting to get in shape now, and they're going to start having to need to get in shape now. You need to be in a calorie deficit to lose fat. Stop listening to all this other bullshit. Eat keto, eat vegetarian, eat like this, you lose weight, you melt fat off, and it's better than every other way. All the ways work when it's in a calorie deficit. This is what people need to understand. The reason that works is because of the calorie deficit, not because of the diet. Not just because of the diet. And also it's if you can stick to it. That's the main reason it works. You need to have a balanced diet what you can stick to. People want to take things out and take things out and take things out and take things out, and they want to make it extreme. You need something you can stick to for a lifetime. Not a week, not 2 weeks, not 3 weeks, like a lot of guys have. They stick to something for a few weeks and then they give up. And dieting is what a lot of people yo-yo on. They might do this on purpose a little bit because they know that they're going so extreme that it's so hard to keep up, and the barrier is set so high that they can't reach that barrier. They can't reach that all the time. The bar is set so high, they can't reach that, It's so hard to get to, which I see so many people do. They go so extreme. Let's say it's living a normal life. Let's say they work a normal 9 to 5. They're not that active and they eat quite a bit of shit. Now they want to get in shape. What have they been told? They got to run 3 miles a day. They got to eat just salad and veg. They got to do this consistently. They can't have any foods they love. So they're going from here all the way up to here, this extreme. You're going to drop back down. And this is what a lot of people truly neglect. And I find it very sad. You need something you can consistently stick up with. A diet that you can consistently stick up with. You can't have a diet that you just cannot keep on. You cannot keep on for the sake of you. Too many people have that, man. And then they blame the diets. This person's full of shit. They hate themselves, more importantly, which is the worst thing. They start hating themselves and they look at themselves in such a negative light because it just didn't work for them. And surprisingly not, man. Surprisingly it didn't work for you because you went so extreme and you weren't ready for it. You need that balanced, and the balanced approach works so well. This is what I found. You achieve your results over time. When I've been calculated and balanced with it, I've achieved results over time. Surprisingly enough, when I eat more on a calorie deficit and I take it slower and train harder, I see better results than when I just cut as hard as I can. Surprisingly enough. And this is the thing, too many people just want that quick approach, that quick fix. It doesn't work like that. You've got to be in a consistent calorie deficit. Now, I'll give you lots of maths real quick. If you want to lose a pound per week, have a 500 calorie deficit every day of that week. So that would roughly equal 3,500 calories burn over 7 days. So you are minus 500 calories, you calculate your maintenance calories, then minus 500 calories, and then over that week you would lose a pound of fat. Over time that compounds. That's a beautiful thing. But let's say at that rate's really good because you can guarantee that it'd be a pound of fat. You can almost guarantee that it'd be near enough a pound of fat. You might lose a little bit of muscle, but near enough. Then you got a more extreme approach, and this is what I've done before and some people do, is where you will be in a bigger deficit than that. Some people aim for taking about 700 to 800 calories off their maintenance. And that approach will make you lose 1.5 to 2 pounds of fat, especially if you're active, if you're walking around and you're getting a lot of steps in. You could easily lose that amount. But the issue is it's then not going to be as likely to be muscle, if that makes sense, because the calorie deficit is just more extreme. If it's more extreme, it's more than likely not going to be muscle. And this is the thing. You want to take it on a steady approach level. Let's say you are very overweight. Then you would be benefiting from the more extreme results, I would say, the more extreme calorie deficit, because you've got so much more fat stored up and fat cells that it's okay to do that. But when you get to a stage where you're getting a bit more leaner, then you have to be calculated with it and do it steadily. For example, right now, I'm quite lean. I've got abs basically now because I was ill for about 5 days and I lost 5 pounds. And I was already lost like 8-9 pounds before that. I am probably around that 12-ish% body fat at the moment. This is where your abs start showing, your face looks lean and you look decent. At this point in time, I don't want to go in an extreme calorie deficit because that might not help me and that probably backfire, and then I just want to binge and binge and binge. You want a steady calorie deficit at that point, especially when it's only February and you're looking good. This is the thing, man. You got to have this smart mindset. A calorie deficit is the main thing. Keep that in your head. Keep that in your head. Whenever anybody else says about this diet, this thing, where it's the best, this thing, where it's the best, have a high protein diet with calorie deficit. Literally, just do them two things. Make sure your protein is fairly high. Keep it around 140 grams and be in a calorie deficit. I guarantee you will achieve results. Get a nice gym split, work out, lift them weights. I guarantee you will achieve results. Just listen to me blindly. Find your maintenance calories, take away 500. Over time, I guarantee you will lose that if you stick to it. That's going to be the true message in this video.